JJ Redick is officially a member of the Dallas Mavericks. This is the Gray Area right here on Kevin Gray Sports. My name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. And you can catch me on the home of the Cowboys and Texas Rangers 105.3 The Fan. JJ Redick spoke with the Dallas media for the very first time since being acquired from the New Orleans Pelicans in exchange for James Johnson, Wes Iwundu, and a 2021 second-round draft pick. Meeting with the media in New York as he has joined the team on their current 5-game road trip. The 15-year veteran is still rehabbing from his right heel inflammation, in which he had an injection for earlier in the month of March. He is progressing and getting himself healthy and ready to join this basketball team as soon as he can. I asked JJ Redick about the actual comments that he had on his podcast, the Old Man in Three podcast, about how things went down with respect to the trade from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Dallas Mavericks, and why it was important for him to get that message out, and also what he envisions as his role on this team with the Dallas Mavericks. Here's what JJ Redick had to say with respect to that.
Hey, JJ, welcome to Dallas. I'm curious, you were very candid about your desires on your podcast about what you were looking to see for yourself as far as the trade and buyout was concerned. Why was that important for you to discuss that and get that out clearly? And what do you expect your role to be here as far as being a Dallas Maverick is concerned?
Why was it important? Well, first of all, you're going to get asked about that in a Zoom session with the Dallas media. You're going to get asked about that in the weeks after any trade happens. I happen to have a platform. And so the reason I addressed it was because I know I'm going to get asked that question. And I'm going to answer a question from you is the same way that I would be on my podcast, which is I'm just going to be honest and truthful. And that was my honest assessment of what transpired. In terms of the Dallas situation, I know I reiterated this several times on the podcast. Hey, look, this is a great situation. Basketball wise, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that I can really help this team in a few ways and contribute to winning and contribute to hopefully a long playoff run.
So JJ Redick, understanding that these questions were going to be coming about how the details of the trade went down from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Dallas Mavericks, wanted to get out in front and ahead of it. And he sees his role on this team as providing some leadership, some experience, and obviously a perimeter shooter who Luka Doncic can continue to accentuate his strengths as a passer and as a creator with shooters all around him. JJ Redick, a career near 42% three-point shooter in his last 15 games prior to getting hurt with that right heel inflammation, was shooting 46% from the three-point line. He's averaging nearly 9 points this season in action on the floor with the time that he was with the New Orleans Pelicans. Obviously, this is a guy who will provide a much-needed component for the Dallas Mavericks as they continue to climb up the ranks as far as the three-point shooting is concerned. Luka Doncic shooting the ball extremely well from the three-point line these days, as you saw him go 7 of 11 from downtown against the Boston Celtics. JJ Redick also provided an update on the on-court work that he's doing, where he is in his rehab, and where he is at in getting on the floor with the Dallas Mavericks. Here's what JJ Redick had to say with respect to the update on specifically his injury and the on-court work that he's doing to get himself ready to join this Mavericks basketball team.
Yeah, I've had a really good 48 hours. Last week I started on Monday, and it was just a general progression from standstill, spot shooting, a lot of form shooting, free throws, stationary ball handling, to shorter movements. The last couple days I've been able to do some sprinting, whether it's 15, 20 feet short sprints or full court sprints. So it's just a matter of being able to maintain that. This is all progression and build up. So I'm hopeful, that I'm close and not too far away. It's hard to really give a timeline on anything, but this is exactly 3 weeks from my injection, and I think I'm progressing well.
So JJ Redick providing us an update on what he's actually doing. There's still no timetable for his opportunity to join the Dallas Mavericks with respect to playing on the basketball court. Time will tell as he continues to get himself healthy, but he is now officially a part of this team, joining them in New York as part of this 5-game road trip that they are currently on. They are in New York to take on the New York Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis, 2 years after being traded away from the New York Knicks, makes his second trip back to Madison Square Garden to have an opportunity to play in front of a New York Knicks basketball team that's playing much better these days. Julius Randle, a first-time All-Star this year for the New York Knicks, playing extremely good basketball under Tom Thibodeau and the New York Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis also addressed the media about how he's feeling with respect to his game. Here is Kristaps Porzingis. I asked him about his game and how he's feeling and the edge and the comfortability that he's playing with. Here's what Kristaps Porzingis had to say.
Hey, KP, good afternoon. How are you? Going through this stretch of games for you, how are you feeling as far as the edge that you're playing with and the comfortability that you're feeling with on both ends of the floor these days, being more consistent these days?
Yeah, feeling good. Gotta say that my teammates have been looking for me and trying to get me involved, and I gotta say thank you to my teammates for getting me involved early on and making sure everybody's moving the ball and playing decent basketball.
So Kristaps Porzingis feeling good in his role, feeling good about his body and where he is as he continues to play really good basketball for this Dallas Mavericks basketball team. He is also excited about JJ Redick joining this basketball team also, and the fit that he and Nicolo Melli, who's actually played more than I thought he would actually play so far for this Dallas Mavericks basketball team, who's actually been pretty good in his couple of appearances for this Mavericks basketball team, also coming over in the JJ Redick trade from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Dallas Mavericks. But this is more important about the fit of JJ Redick, when he's going to be available, and obviously what the Mavericks thought they would be getting with the addition of JJ Redick. A lot of folks have been jumping in my comments here on YouTube, jumping in my mentions on Twitter, talking about this was a bad trade for the Dallas Mavericks. Why would you trade for a 36-year-old with a right heel problem that may be a while before he joins the court? This was the reason why the Dallas Mavericks got him. A leadership presence, a veteran presence, and a guy that when he's on the floor is able to hit wide open threes, which weaponizes Luka Doncic and his ability to be a passer and a creator, much like how LeBron James is weaponized as a creator and as a passer when there are shooters around him. Luka Doncic, in that same vein, can not only create for himself, but create really good opportunities for his teammates, especially wide open three-pointers. You've seen the beneficiaries of Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, Jalen Brunson, Dorian Finney-Smith. The names go on and on and on about the wide open threes that these players are able to get because they play alongside a guy in Luka Doncic. So JJ Redick is now here with this team, available as far as being on the road trip with them. He will travel with the team from here on out as far as the rest of the season is concerned. And now the Mavericks have an opportunity to try and get him as healthy as quickly as possible. A team that has 26 basketball games left, still games on this road trip against the New York Knicks and the Washington Wizards before they come home to take on the Utah Jazz. Important for this team to try and get to 3-2 on this crucial road trip before they come home and have an opportunity to play several basketball games at home after being on the road for their longest road trip of the season. But obviously the acquisition of JJ Redick extremely important going forward. Again, you didn't have to give up much of anything to get JJ Redick to come to this basketball team. He would have not been available in the buyout market. You had to make a move for him if you thought he was a piece that was going to help you despite the injury that he's dealing with. And the Mavericks thought it was worthwhile to move James Johnson, to move Wes Iwundu, and a 2021 second-round pick to have an opportunity to add the playoff experience of a JJ Redick, but more importantly, the veteran presence and locker room guy that he is, a great teammate. Jalen Brunson, hearing about how good of a teammate that he has been in other places. JJ Redick is that kind of guy that you would want to have on your basketball team, even as he continues to get himself rehabbed for this Dallas Mavericks basketball team. A team that's shooting a little bit above 36% from the three-point line this year, 18th, 19th in the NBA in terms of three-point shooting. but you're seeing this team start to play with a little more continuity so far in the second half. They're 4-2 in their last 6 basketball games. Kristaps Porzingis giving you a variety of game as far as his game is concerned, with the scoring, the decisive driving and decision-making, the block shots, and a little bit more passing these days. Also, we saw a career-high 5 assists for him against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you obviously know what you're going to get from Luka Doncic. So to be able to add a guy in JJ Redick with the valuable amount of experience that he has, his ability to shoot and make wide open threes, and then be able to virtually get him for nothing despite the fact that he is rehabbing his injury, is a big bonus for this Dallas Mavericks basketball team. The best move that they could have made given the salary, given the cap that they have as far as what they're able to move as far as capital is concerned. Not very much capital to be able to move in order to try and get an impact player of a Victor Oladipo type or someone else. This was the best that they could do given the capital that was available to them, and they made it happen by acquiring JJ Redick. So JJ Redick is a part of this team moving forward. He made his first public comments since becoming a Dallas Maverick, officially as a Maverick, and now has joined this team on this road trip. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. And you can find me on 105 Through the Fan, home of the Cowboys and Texas Rangers. This has been another episode of The Gray Area. We'll talk to you later. Peace.